Good morning to one and all. Today's topic is objects marking. That means different kinds of objects we are facing in the roads. That means these pedestrians, walking tracks, and other different road components and other building components. So that whenever the traffic is moving on the road, the driver has to observe all the things which are lies near to the particular road strata. Means if the road is like a line, that means around the line, what is the around the line and besides the road lines, whatever the technical, that means construction parts we are having, so that we need to observe those construction parts. Why? Because simply we have, there is a chance of clashing without a proper vision, so that we have to give a marking system to those patterns which are nearer to these road systems, so that this object marking is preferred for those things to eliminate these clashings and accidents without a proper vision. So that this object marking is essential when we are traveling on the particular roads, and we have to understand what kind of structure it was. Normally in so many colleges and other schools and other systems, that means other areas, normally we are observing a lot of trees are painted up to a 2 to, that means up to a 3 feet. Why? Because those trees has to visible at a night times, so that simply they are painting whenever the trees are lies nearer to the particular roads, so that that is a one kind of marking. Why? Because those roads has to visible whenever there is a night system or any other the proper light is not there, so that we have to mark by a different kinds of systems. Normally this object marking is essential whenever there is a proper traffic islands and other carriageways. That means carriageway means besides to the highway we are having this carriage vehicle system, so that the carriageway is adjacent to this highway, so that in the adjacent of highway we are having proper kinds of these shear walls and other structural parts of a highway, so that those are also has to visible to the drivers, so that there may be a chance of some quantity of object marking nearer to this carriageways. And in this particular highway we are having some quantities of uh, road over ROCs and RUBs. RUB means road under bridge, ROB means road over the bridge. Here we are having ROB, that means road over the bridge. Okay, road over the bridge and the road under the bridge, both we are having likely. When we are traveling on a particular top part of the road, that will be seems to be a road under bridge. When we are having traveling on the bottom part, we are having a road over the bridge, so that both are as similarly occurring. So that in these conditions also we are having a simply column of that particular bridge is located on the ground level, so that those column will be visible to the drivers and those who are having vehicles when they are traveling on the particular road, so that those column will be drawn with a particular pattern, so that the column will have better visible properties to the drivers. They may be marked on the objects adjacent to the carriageway, so that adjacent to the carriageway, both sides, left hand side and right hand side, we have to observe what are the objects within the carriageway. Normally we are having marked by a not less than 5 alternative black and white strips. That means 5 alternative black and white strips means, that means totally we need to have a 10 strips with 5 black strips and 5 white strips. Likely either it may be white or some kind, sometimes we have to brush with this yellow color also. The strips should be sloped forward at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to the direction of the traffic, so that if the traffic is normally straight, we need to show with an arrow symbol. I will show. This is the normally traffic direction is likely we are having, so that we need to show those arrows in this direction. Alternatively, the traffic is normally in this that means here it will move the traffic one we have to show in this direction strips, and the traffic has moving in this direction, so that we have to show this kind of strips, so that the people have to understand according to the strips direction the road was moving. Next one, the strips shall be uniform and should not be less than 100 mm wide. That means 100 mm wide, so that provides sufficient visibility. If there is 100 mm means automatically those will be visible to the road users, either it may be a drivers or pedestrians, both they have visible property if that is 100 mm wide. Poles close to the carriageway should be painted alternative black and white strips up to a height of 1.25 meter. Previously we discussed the trees, that means those trees are nearer to the particular road structure, those are also paints with this white color. Why? Because of normally bark of the tree is in the color of black, so that some quantity of not is not visible due to these leaves and others, so that we need to paint with white color. And if there is any poles, that means poles normally having no color, simply they are in the color of gray or dark brown, so that we need to paint those poles by using these white and black strips alternatively at a height of 1.25 meters from the ground level or road level if the pole is entirely based on the ground surface, so that we have to give a proper length of 1.25 meters. Otherwise whatever the height, sometimes in the meridians we are having these poles and street lights, so that for those also we have to give a coating of these white and black strips. What are the objects adjacent to the carriageway? After that, where it is a continuation parts. Other objects such as guard stones. Normally what is a guard stones? మనకి పల్లెటూరులో వాటిలో వీటిని మైల్ రాళ్ళు అంటారు. In some of the places we are having a better indication. A particular place is 1.2 kilometers or 20 kilometers from this point. Likely we are having some quantities of milestones, so that those are normally called as milestones. Here they are using a term of guard stones. So that also we have to paint those milestones with a yellow color and white color. On the white color we have to mark a length of the particular road or a distance or a place of the particular point. Next one, we are having drums. Normally in nowadays these drums are using on the particular road surface to decrease the vehicular speed. Why? Because in some of the cases we are having these horizontal curves and vertical curves and sudden turnings of the roads, so that due to sudden turnings of the road there may be lack of visibility of front coming vehicles. Simply the vehicles are flowing with a huge quantity of speed, so that the reaction time of a driver will be very less to observe the vehicle. The reaction time is very less means automatically occurrence of accidents is very high, so that to eliminate those kind of reaction time of accidents we have to place some quantities of these drums. Those drums also we need to paint with definite red color. That means why we have to choose red color means normally whenever we are paint with black and white strips, automatically those black color will be match with the road surface, so that we need to use these white and red symbols or other colors for better visibility properties for drums and other construction. Next we are having these guard rails. That means guard rails are normally in the particular road system we are having these guard rails. Likely we are having some quantities of roads are associated with these bridges, these railway tracks. In those places we are having these guard rails. That means simply whenever there is a railway tracks and other, we have to face these guard rails for the purpose of traffic control. Whenever the train is moving, automatically these guard rails are మనకి రైల్వే చెక్ పోస్టులు ఉంటారు కదా, మా చెక్ పోస్ట్ దగ్గర మనం ఈ గార్డ్ రైల్స్ అనేవి అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. ఫర్ దోస్ గార్డ్ రైల్స్ ఆల్సో వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ దిస్ పెయింటింగ్ సిస్టమ్. అదర్వైజ్ ఇన్ ద నైట్ టైమ్ అండ్ అదర్ times we have to face some collisions with these guard rails also, so that those are also having this painting pattern on those. Normally these guard rails having a painting pattern of yellow color and black color. where the chances of vehicles hitting them and only the vehicle runs the carriageway should be painted with a solid white. That means there may be chance of vehicle hitting them. That means normally vehicles are flowing with a huge speed, so that due to lack of reaction time to the driver, there may be chance of hitting the vehicle to that particular object, whether it may be a guard stone or drum or guardrails, any other it may be. There may be some chance and probability, so that we need to avoid those chances by simply painting those with different colors. Normally a white color means automatically the total road is in black color, so that if we choose white color, automatically it will be a better visible properties at morning times. But in case of night times, for those we have to use some quantities of radium sticker, that means radium stickers. Why? Because these radium stickers are having better visible properties at the night times. Whenever there is a fall of small quantity of light, automatically they will sprinkles, so that they are having some quantity of brightening properties. In some of the places where there is a huge quantity of traffic flowing at night times, in those places we are having these radium stickers along the road surface, and for those on the road carriageways also. Next one, capes of all islands are located in the line of traffic flow shall be painted with either alternative black or white strips of 500 mm wide, black white strips of same width. That means 500 mm wide means simply a 50 centimeter width and a 1.25 meters of width. For those dimensions, by using those kind of dimensions, they are having to paint those things, and the black and white strips are same width. Next one, we are using some quantities of these road messages on the road surfaces. Not road surfaces, in some of the places we are using special signboards. In those signboards also we are using these word messages for communication purpose. First of all, what are the word messages? In what way we are using those word messages? First of all, word message on road surface may be conveyed by information to guide, regulator, warn the road users. So these are some quantities of warnings, and some of the persons say they will take it as a guidelines, so that it will be as per mindset of a particular driver. Those word messages are related. First of all, in what way the road message we have to wrote? That means the totally we have to use a capital letters only. We don't have to use small letters, capital letters or cursive writing. We have to use only capital letters with normal literature. Why? Because few of the persons won't have associated with these small letters, so that there may be chance of misunderstanding. Some cases we are having A will observe as O, P will observe as R. Likely we are having some quantities of misunderstandings, so that we need to use all in capital letters, so that shall consist of more than 3 words for the any message. Shall not consist of more than 3 words for any message. That means the total letters will have a 3 words. What means word having normally we are 4 to 5, minimum of 3 to 4 letters, so that we are having a total warning message with 3 words. So that stop, turn your direction, and take a left, take a right, slow down your vehicle. Likely we are having different word messages, so that we have to write those word messages in the form of capital letters. In the bottom we are having, first of all, we are having a stop symbol. Whenever there is a red signal or danger spot, we have to use this stop signal. Next one we are having is slow. This slow is normally used at the intersections of the roads, and whenever there is a schools and other things. And next one we are having school. The school symbol is used at the particular places where the huge amount of schools are located. If the one or two maybe, we have to use this school symbol. Why? Because in schools we are having a children, those are not having some quantity of knowledge, so that definitely we have to use these school symbols. And simply at the school places we have to use two children are wearing those bags and simply walking on the road track. Those symbols also we have to place. Right turn only. Next one, that means only here in this particular road we are having right turn, or left turn only, or straight lane. like that word message we have to wrote is elongated so that the driver looking at the road surface low and he can have to see and read them easily, so that it is a particular letter, so that those have to maintain a proper width and length and thicknesses. It is a normal T letter. For those T letter they are maintaining these kind of mm's, that means millimeters. After that we have to go for parking studies. That means normally different kinds of parking studies were observed: 0 degree parking, 30-degree parking, 60-degree parking, 90-degree parking, and isolated parkings. But these parking studies are entirely different to those. First of all, what is meant parking means normally the place which is suitable for a proper standing of our vehicle without గోయింగ్ టు ఏ ట్రాఫిక్ జామ్. దట్ మీన్స్ మనకి ట్రాఫిక్ జామ్ అవ్వకుండా ఎటువంటి మన యొక్క వెహికల్ని ఒక సేఫ్ ప్లేస్లో మనం పార్క్ చేయడాన్ని మనం పార్కింగ్ అని అంటూ ఉంటాం. ఈ పార్కింగ్లో మనకి డిఫరెంట్ ప్యాటర్న్స్ అనేవి వీ హ్యాడ్ ఫాలోడ్. 0 degree మీన్స్ నార్మల్లీ ద అలాంగ్ విత్ ద హార్జాంటల్ లైన్ ద టోటల్ వెహికల్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రైట్ పొజిషన్. లైక్లీ యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 30, 60, 90, 45. The marking of the parking space limited on the urban roads. That means in these urban roads, why? Because in urban areas we are having less quantity of space. In those particular less quantity of space we have to utilize it in a proper way for our parking purpose. Otherwise those leads to these traffic jams and other small accidents or clashings. So that we have to use in a more efficient way that small places. Normally we are having high-rise structures, so that within a one single structure we are having 60 to 70 homes, like my apartments, like, so that the space is very less for those conditions. We have to use an alternative parking facilities for those apartments and institutional buildings. We need to park our vehicle in a efficient manner so that it will not obstruct anyone vehicle. The space limitation should be indicated with markings that are solid white lines of 100 mm wide, so that they are giving a parking pattern. That means different patterns they are giving, so that in each particular parking system they are having some quantities of measurements. For two-wheelers they have to give some quantity of space, so that they have to give a perimeter. That means the periphery of the two-wheeler have to coat with a proper white line of 100 mm wide. If it is a four-wheeler, so that automatically four-wheelers also we are having some quantity of space, so that we have to give a painting to the periphery of the particular four-wheeler, and we need to give a small quantity of gap to open their doors and close the doors. Next one, we are having boats, taxi, cars and scooters. That means whenever there is an area for parking, if it is suitable for cars, we need to give this particular parking space is meant for only cars. I have to use with these symbols. That means totally capital letters: cars, taxis, scooters, bikes, cycles, whatever it may be, what kind of vehicle we have to park there. That means the what kind of parking is allotted there, we need to mention the kind of parking. Next one, to indicate parking restrictions, curb or carriageway marking of continuation yellow line with 100 mm wide and convert it in the top of the curb of the carriageway close, it may be used. So that we have to follow this limitation. That means parking restrictions, curb or carriageway marking of continuous yellow line or 100 mm wide, so that the continuous parking lines we have to maintain with a proper yellow line or white line with 100 mm width, not thickness, only width. After that we are having this hazardous location. What is a hazardous? Normally this hazardous term is associated with a danger. We are having some hazardous cyclones, hazardous restriction, hazardous rainfalls. Likely we have to use this hazardous term. That means this hazardous is a symbol for a danger. Whenever there is a change in the width of the road of any hazardous location of the road, the driver should warn about the situation with the help of a suitable road markings. That means in the figure itself we are having some quantity of change of the particular road. That means here the particular road has been converting into another lane. That means we are having proper lines and meridians and edge of the particular road, so that the road is completely turning into another road with a proper marking system or any other drain holes likely. So that we need to park those kind of symbols, that kind of unevenness on the particular road with different symbols. Normally if there is any manhole or any other hazardous place on the particular road, that means in some of the places we are having small kinds of pits. It means గుంతలు లాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఆ గుంటల చుట్టూ కూడా మనం ఒక లేయర్స్ అనేవి మనం ప్రొవైడ్ చేసి we need to educate the road users, so that there is maybe some quantity of pit, there may be some quantity of some number of these hazardous drain holes, so that in that particular space they need to go by crossing that. They won't have to go on the particular holes, they need to move aside. Road marking showing the width transition of the carriageway should be 100 mm width. Okay, here we are having these width things and other with the symbols. Normally we are having L symbols, so that those are all the width of the particular ways. After that we are having this lighting system. Normally what is the purpose of light means to have a better visible properties, what is coming on our front, what is coming on our back, so that we need to observe those vehicles and those vehicular speeds. We need to understand in what speed the vehicles are coming, is it safe or not to overtake those. All those things we have to observe while we are traveling on the road systems, so that for those kind of travelings we need to have some vision properties, that means visible properties. In the morning time we are having this sun's power, due to this sun's brightness we are having to observe all those things without any energy. But in case of night time we need to have some quantity of this electrical light and lights, so that we have to observe all the things. In different roads we are having these different lightning parameters. Normally for single lane roads we have to use a single lamp, but in case of these national highways or any other multiple lane systems we have to use some more number of lights for these lightning parameters. In a particular cross sections or intersections or diverts of the particular roads we have to use different lightning parameters. Those lightning parameters mainly depends upon the volume of the particular road and capacity of a particular carriageway and road user characteristics. First of all, what is the purpose of provision of a light? It gives a more visibility to the particular road users. First of all, it provides more visibility, means automatically the visibility means vision properties of a driver. After that we are having, it helps in the vehicles and pedestrians to move safety. That means vehicles and pedestrians. Normally pedestrians means road users, vehicles means vehicles also comes under this road users. For both of them they have to observe, so that these lighting systems will give a visible properties to them. It reduces the accidents. Due to improper vision there may be chance of accidents, so that due to this lightning system we have to reduce the quantity of accidents occurring. Next one, it increases the security in intersections. Normally intersections means a combination of more than 2 to 3 roads, those are called as intersections. In that particular space also vehicles are coming in different directions with different velocities, so that they have to cross those one road to another road, another road to another road, so that in those cases also we have a better visible properties at junctions and intersections, so that in the junction areas we are having a long tower like structures with huge amount of lighting systems. Those lights have a capacity to within 100 meters or 200 meters capability of ranging the light. Normally those floodlights we are using in cricket stadiums, those are also having a visible property. Likely we need to give those kinds of systems to the road users to increase the security of the intersections. After that, It provides attractive landscape during night hours. That means the visible property of the road will be increases, and it will give a better appearance, so that everyone having some quantity of mindset whenever they observing those roads, especially in a night time. In the morning time we won't observe these patterns. Why? Because we are having more quantity of light, but in case of night we have to observe this beautiness of the particular road system with these lights and other radium stickers and a different marking parameters and patterns. All those are very attractive in night times compared to daytime. Factors influencing the night visibility. Next one. In this factors influencing means what are the different factors which influence the night time. Why? Because in the night time we are having some quantity of sleeping. Why? Because in the night we are having some less temperature compared to morning temperature, so that in the night we are having a peace mindset, and after, due to this peace mindset we will have to go to sleep easily, so that to avoid those kind of sleepness when we are in a traveling medium, we have some quantities of factors on our mindset, so that we need to divert those, and we need to travel in a safe manner by using these influencing factor, by abstracting these influencing factors. First of all, amount and distribution of light flux from the lamps. That means flux means a point which directly reflects into our eyes, though simply we call it as a flux. Due to this distribution of light, in some of the cases there may be huge quantity of light will be fall onto our eyes, so that the inferior vehicles will not be observing due to this heavy quantity of lights, so that we have to use some quantity of these glasses to avoid those kind of huge amount of light focusing onto our eyes. Next one, sometimes the size of the object also varies. Why? Because this light and other shadows, due to all of those, this size of the object will become quantity of illusion is there. Whether it is a vehicle or it is a shadow, in some cases we have to confuse due to these lightnings. And next one, brightness of the object. Few vehicles having some quantity of huge amount of brightness. Due to those huge amount of brightness also, we won't have to observe what is the vehicle coming in the front, and what is the vehicle and what is its size, width and length. Next one, brightness of background. This also comes under future point. Next one, reflecting characteristics of a pavement surface. If the pavement is so color, automatically in some of the cases the pavement directly reflects the light surface, and it will give back to our eye, so that the pavement will not be observed. Due to those invisibility of pavement, we won't have to observe these markings and these paints and other things, so that we have some quantity of confusion. Next one, glare on the eyes of the driver. Normally these four-wheelers and other things, they are having some quantity of this glassware. For two-wheelers there is no glassware in front of the particular head. There may be their glasses, means normally this highway are having some quantity of glasses, means some of the persons are using these spectacles and other different types of glasses. Those are also one medium. After that there may be vehicular glasses, those are second medium. After that there may be some quantities of obstructions. Due to all of those, there may be a chance of glaring. The light will not be proper vision. Next one, time availability to see an object. There is a fast moving vehicles, automatically there may be less quantity of time for observing them, so that it also gives a blunder mistakes. Next one, what are the different design factors? That means in which way we have to go for design for better observance. First of all, we have to choose the kinds of lamps. That means what is the place we are having, what is the length of the place, width of the place, and total quantity of vehicular flow, hourly demands. After all of those, we have to choose these lamps. Next one, luminaries distribution of the light. That means it is the one of the parameter for the distribution of the light. That means few lights will give direct focus. That means now we are normally these laser lights, so that their distribution is in only one single point. After that we are having several lights with their distribution parameters, so that according to the road parameters these lights also having a preferable nature. Next one, spacing of lightning units. In our for road systems we are having these street lights. What is the minimum distance we need to give from one light to one light, so that those are also having some quantity of importance. If two lights are very near to each other, automatically there may be some electrical power waste and huge quantity of focus on single point, so that we need to give some space between those two points. Next one, height and overhang of mounting. Height means normally it is we are keeping a 10 to 12 feet from the ground level in normal areas, but in case of it is a junctions we are keeping for a 30 to 50 feet height. Why? Because there may be huge quantity of area they have to cover, so that we are giving the height of a particular lamp according to the place and its importance. Next one, lateral placement. That means in what area the light is placed. It is a straight area or any other inclined area. Next one, lightning layouts. Whether it is a circular layout or straight line layout or different purposes and other things. Next one, in this particular first we are having these lamps. What are the different kinds of lamps we are having? First, in the particular classification of lamps, first one is the filament. This lash diagram we are having this filament. Normally the electric charge is burning the filament, and the filament we are converting the electrical energy to light energy. After that we are having fluorescent light. This is second one, we are having this fluorescent light. It is the first one, it is the second one. It is a fluorescent light. After that we are having these LED lights. Normally this is the LED light. It is a fourth one, sodium vapor lights or mercury vapor lights. First one we are having filaments, second one fluorescent lights. It is a sodium vapor lights. It is a mercury vapor light. Mercury vapor light normally used in most of the highways. Why? Because most of the highways having huge quantity of vehicles flowing with high speed, so that there may become quantity of light scattering. Due to those light scattering we have to use these mercury vapor lights. Why? Because those will not scatter very easily. If the white color means automatically white color will turns into different patterns. So white is normally they converting into this Webster diversion or dispersion. We have to obstruct those kind of dispersions. We need to use these sodium vapor lights and mercury vapor lights. Those also depends upon type. That means the type of road we are using. Next one, size. The width of the carriageway comes under this size. And the color, the pavement color we need to observe. It is a bitumen surface or CC road or earthen road. Next one, distribution of the light. It is nearer to the ground level means the distribution is very low. If it is farer, that means height is very high, means automatically the light will be dispersing to huge quantity of area. Next one, brightness. This brightness also having some quantity of importance. It is more brightening means automatically the users will not observe any other things. The brightness having some quantity of nature. Next one, luminaries distribution of light. What is this luminaries distribution of light? Means proper distribution. Normally a light is like here we are having, so that the light has to having different distributions. This is one kind of distribution. Means normally it will give a proper area. Okay, this is the one kind of distribution. And after that we are having a simple straight line systems. Okay, this is the another kind of system. Likely we are having different patterns of distribution of light. Some of the lights having only focus on few areas. Some of the lights will distribute their lighting to surroundings and a huge quantity of area. Those are depends upon the light heads and other things. Next one, distribution should be downward so that high percentage of light be used to illuminate the pavement. It means the distribution should be in downward direction, not in upward direction. Upward direction means the total light will be not in the ground level, it will be shows the sky, so that there is no use. Simply we have to show the sky, so that we have to show the ground part, so that it will be useful for the drivers and other road users. Next one, uniformity of the pavement distribution. The road surface will be observed as clear as possible by using these lights. We are simply giving current and electricity to the lights, and they are not covering the total road surface. It also having some quantity of disadvantage, so that the lights will have to give a proper visibility, and it will give a distribution uniformly on the pavement surface. Next one, types of the luminary distribution. These are the different kinds of distributions of the lights. In the first type, we are having totally two directions. We are having light distribution, but area will in different shapes we are having. In the second diagram, we are having some quantity of inclination. That means those two lights are in parallel condition in the first light. But in case of type 2, we are having some quantity of angle, so that the distribution of light is normally elliptical pattern. In the third type, we are having some quantity of angle, so that the total is in simply parabola, not a circular pattern. It is a parabolic, it is a elliptical pattern. The length is simply increasing, means elliptical along one direction. That means x or y is elliptical. Those are similarly equal, means parabola. After that, we are having a triangular like pattern. In the type 4, we are having a triangular like pattern, but in case of type 5, we are having a circular pattern. This type 5 normally used in the areas of this conflict, that means these intersections of the particular roads. Indian standard recommends an average level of illumination of 30 LUX. That means those are normally candles, and we are using candle powers for the particular lightnings units of important roads carrying that 15 LUX on main roads. The ratio of minimum and average illumination is 0.4. That means the average illumination power and minimum value and maximum value, those are also we have to choose. Normal Indian standard recommendation will give an illumination power of 30 LUX. LUX is the unit for illumination power of a particular light. And carrying fast traffic, we have to give a 15 LUX on main roads. After that, we are having this head and overhanging mounting. It means head height of the particular light, and it how many angles it will tilt on the particular pole. Mounting rate range from 6 meters to 10 meters. Normally height is 6 meters, means this 20 feet to 30 feet from the ground level. The height of the particular light should be 20 to 30 feet from the ground level. Minimum vertical clearance required for the electrical limit is 650 volts, has been specified as 6 meters. That means 650 volts lights we have to use within a height of 6 meters, means simply 20 feet distance. These are the lightning layouts of a particular road system. In the first one, we are having one side lighting. That means the total road is two lane. Why? Because here we are having two directions. In one direction, two directions are simply opposite to each other, so that it is a two lane road. For the particular two lane road, we are having lighting system on only one side. Okay, but in case of this road, the total two lane road with interior, that means some middle line, median line, so that the lighting is on two sides of the road. I will show. This is the light, this is the lamp stand. Lamp stand, it is light stand, it is the light. On two sides we are having these patterns. It is the normal length we have to give from light to light. It is another kind of lighting system. One side we are having one, two, three, totally three lights we are having, so that the distance is in like a triangular like patterns we have to give. So that totally we are having three lights with off to each other. This is the another pattern of system. Simply in the meridian line we are having three lights with on both sides. That means one side we are having left hand side and right hand side we are having both sides lightning systems. It is a one kind of pattern. It is a normally a junction, but in the particular junctions we are having some quantity of hues. That means some quantity of more roads. Why? Because to these overtaking purpose and other things. Normally at the particular junctions we don't have to go for overtaking due to less quantity of shapes. It is the lightning how we have to give at particular junctions. It is another kind of layout. It is another kind of layout. Why? Because in the middle of the particular road we are not giving a line. Why? Because it is also sometimes obstruction. In most of the case we are giving a middle light, means automatically it will use an accident. So that if it is a island, automatically we have to use these lights. Without island we won't have to go for these lightning systems on the middle part of the particular cross sections. If it is a island, definitely we will go for light, otherwise we won't go for the light. It is the utilization curve. That means the distance of a particular roads and utilized lines. All over the India we are having some quantity of utilization curve of these street lights. This is the formula for calculation of spacing between the two poles. Spacing equal to lamp units, that means lumens or LUX, into coefficient of utilization into this maintenance factors by average LUX into width of the road. That is the formula for the calculation of this spacing between light to light. This is the design example problem. Normally, what are the terms associated with this lightning parameters? First of all, we are having the total street width is 15 meters and mountain height. That means normally we have to go for a 6 meters height. Here we are having height of 7.5 meters and size of the lamp is 60. That means 1600 6000 lumens. Illuminative type is type 2. Calculate the spacing between the lights units protecting average LUX equal to 6. So that we are having the ratio of pavement by mountaining height. Ratio of the pavement height is 15 meters and mountaining height is 17.5. So that we have to use 2. Coefficient of utilization is 0.44. From the gap we are having here 0.44. Height to width ratio. After that, assume maintenance factor. That means maintenance factor totally depends upon road usage parameters 0.8. So that 6000 is the total power of a light into 0.44 is the coefficient of utilization into maintenance factor by this 6 into 15. Thus will give the spacing of successive light to light, that will give 23.2 meters.